Welcome to the Winning Brief Soundbites. I'm Mabel. Today we start a brand new four-part series on the EU Omnibus Package, one of the most significant corporate law developments in Europe right now. Over the next 4 episodes, you'll learn not just what changed, but how to talk about it fluently in English. Let's get started. For the past few years, European companies have faced a growing set of sustainability obligations. The EU introduced major new rules on both sustainability reporting and corporate due diligence. But as those rules grew more complex, a debate began. Was this too much, too fast? That debate produced the Omnibus Package. On the 26th of February 2025, the European Commission published a legislative proposal aimed at significantly reducing the administrative burden of EU sustainability legislation. The package targets 2 major directives. First, the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, the CSRD, which requires large companies to report on environmental, social, and governance matters. Second, the Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directive, the CSDDD, which requires large companies to identify and address adverse impacts across their supply chains. After months of negotiations between the European Parliament and the Council of the European Union, the co-legislators reached a provisional agreement on the 9th of December 2025. The European Parliament formally adopted the text on the 16th of December 2025. The Council's final approval is expected in early 2026, with publication in the official journal expected around March 2026. Member states will then have 12 months to transpose the directive into national law. The Commission estimates the changes will generate 4.5 billion euros in administrative cost savings for European businesses. So why does this matter to you as a lawyer? First, the Omnibus Package does not scrap the sustainability framework. It narrows its scope. Companies that remain within the revised thresholds still face real obligations. Second, both directives include review clauses. The Commission can revisit the thresholds in the future. The current simplification is not necessarily permanent. And third, the legislative process is still running until the Council formally adopts the text and it is published in the official journal. Lawyers advising clients must manage expectations carefully. The rules are not yet final. Now, let's look at the phrases we just covered. 1. The package targets 2 major directives. Targets here means the legislation is specifically aimed at those directives. It is a concise, professional alternative to applies to or concerns. 2. The co-legislators reached a provisional agreement. Provisional agreement is the technical term for a deal reached during EU trilogue negotiations before formal adoption. Using this phrase signals that you follow the EU legislative process closely. 3. It narrows its scope. Narrows its scope means the legislation applies to fewer entities than before. This is precise and avoids the vague language of reduces or cuts back. 4. Both directives include review clauses. A review clause is a provision that requires the legislator to reassess the law at a future date. Using this phrase tells your client that what exists today could change tomorrow. 5. Lawyers advising clients must manage expectations carefully. Manage expectations is a standard professional English for making sure your client does not assume more than the law currently guarantees. It is calm, clear, and signals good judgment. Now let's practice. Repeat after me. The package targets 2 major directives. The co-legislators reached a provisional agreement. It narrows its scope. Both directives include review clauses. Lawyers advising clients must manage expectations carefully. Well done! In episode 2, we zoom in on the CSRD and find out exactly who still has to report. Until next time, keep practicing. If this conversation resonated, I work with lawyers and legal teams who want to operate more confidently in international and EU level English. You can find my work and book a conversation at thewinningbrief.eu.